Have you ever felt unheard, misunderstood, or even gaslighted during a tough conversation? Do you find yourself getting defensive, feeling triggered, or fearing you might lose someone important if you say the wrong thing? If you've ever wished for a way to navigate these difficult moments with confidence and clarity, you are in the right place. Welcome to Case Calm Kit. In this video, we are diving into 5 powerful strategies to communicate effectively in difficult situations. Whether you are dealing with a loved one, a colleague, or a new acquaintance, these techniques will help you stay calm, clear, and connected, empowering you to handle any conversation with grace and confidence. Strategy number 1, prepare mentally and emotionally. This means taking the time to understand your own feelings and triggers before entering the conversation. By doing this, you can approach the situation with a calm and clear mind, which is crucial for maintaining a constructive dialogue. Why it's effective? Preparation helps you avoid reacting impulsively based on your emotions. When you know what triggers you and why, you can better manage your responses. This self-awareness allows you to stay focused on the conversation rather than getting sidetracked by emotional reactions. How to start applying it in 3 steps. Number 1, self-awareness. Spend few minutes reflecting on your feelings and identifying what might trigger you during the conversation. Are you feeling anxious, angry, or defensive? Understanding your emotional state is the first step. If this sounds unfamiliar to you, you might want to check out our dedicated video, Emotional Triggers in Relationships, to see how to identify and manage them. The link will be in the description below. Number 2, calming techniques. Practice calming techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, or visualization. These methods help to center your mind and body, reducing the risk of being overwhelmed by emotions during the conversation. For more in-depth strategies, you can check out our video 3 must-try techniques to stop anxiety in minutes. The link is in the description below. Number 3, set intentions. Before the conversation, set a clear intention for what you want to achieve. This could be resolving a conflict, understanding the other person's perspective, or simply expressing your feelings calmly. Imagine you are about to have a conversation with a colleague about missed deadlines. You know that this topic tends to make you feel frustrated and defensive. Before the meeting, take a few minutes to sit quietly and breathe deeply. Acknowledge your feelings of frustration and remind yourself that the goal of the conversation is to find a solution, not to assign blame. By preparing in this way, you are more likely to stay calm and focused, which can lead to a more productive discussion. Strategy number 2, active listening. Active listening means fully and genuinely concentrating on what the other person is saying without planning your response while they are speaking. It involves listening with all your senses and showing that you value their perspective. Why it's effective? Active listening builds trust and shows respect, which can de-escalate tense situations. When people feel heard and understood, they are more likely to engage positively in the conversation. Isn't it what we all desire? It also helps you gain a clearer understanding of their concerns and points of view, which is essential for finding common ground. Here are 4 ways to start applying it. Number 1, focus completely. Give the speaker your full attention. Put away distractions like your phone and make eye contact if the conversation is in person. Number 2, show that you are listening. Use verbal acknowledgements like I see, I understand, and non-verbal cues like nodding. These signals show to your interlocutor that you are engaged and paying attention. Number 3, avoid interrupting. Let the other person finish their thoughts before you respond. Interrupting can make them feel unheard and can escalate the situation. Number 4, reflect and clarify. Paraphrase what the other person has said to ensure you understand them correctly. For example, you can say, "So what I'm hearing is that you are upset because the deadline was missed, is that right?" This shows you are actively trying to understand their perspective. Suppose you are having a conversation with a friend who feels neglected because you've been busy with work. Instead of immediately defending yourself, focus on listening. Put your phone away, make eye contact, and let them express their feelings without interruption. Use phrases like, "I understand that you feel hurt because we haven't spent much time together." This demonstrates that you value their feelings and are willing to understand their perspective. Strategy number 3, use I statements to express your feelings and thoughts without blaming the other person. I statements help to communicate your experience without sounding accusatory, which can reduce defensiveness and open up a more productive dialogue. It's important to recognize that you are sharing your own perspective and not trying to be right or have the final word. Why it's effective? I statements focus on your own feelings and needs rather than accusing or blaming the other person. This approach fosters a more open and non-confrontational conversation, making it easier for the other person to understand your perspective and respond empathetically. By acknowledging that you are sharing your perception, you encourage a mutual understanding and respect for different viewpoints. Here are 4 easy steps to start applying it. Number 1, focus on your feelings. Start your statements with I feel or I think. This makes it clear that you are sharing your own experiences. Number 2, avoid blame. Instead of saying you never listen, say I feel unheard when we don't discuss my ideas. Number 3, acknowledge your perspective. Make it clear that you are expressing your perception and not an absolute truth. For example, I feel frustrated when meetings start late because it disrupts my schedule. This is just my perspective and I understand there might be other factors. Number 4, express needs. Follow up with what you need or prefer. For example, I would appreciate it if you could start meetings on time. Imagine you are discussing household chores with your partner. Instead of saying you never help me with the cleaning, try I feel overwhelmed when the house is messy, and I would appreciate it if we could share the cleaning responsibilities more equally. This is how I see things, and I am open to hearing your perspective as well. By framing it this way, you are expressing your feelings and needs without blaming your partner, and you are inviting them to share their viewpoint, which encourages a more balanced and respectful conversation. Strategy number 4, stay calm and collected during difficult conversations. Maintaining your composure is crucial because it allows you to think clearly and respond thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. When you remain calm, you set a positive tone for the conversation, which can help de-escalate any tension. Why it's effective? Staying calm helps prevent the conversation from escalating into an argument. It allows you to communicate more effectively, listen better, and understand the other person's perspective, which in turn calms the other person. Attitudes are contagious. This approach fosters a constructive dialogue where solutions can be discussed rather than focusing on the problem. Here are 5 ways to start applying it. Number 1, practice deep breathing. When you feel yourself getting upset, take slow, deep breaths. Inhale deeply through your nose, hold for a few seconds, and exhale slowly through your mouth. This simple technique can help calm your mind and body. Deep breathing sends a signal to the mind and body that you are safe, which calms your survival mechanism and grounds you in the present moment instead of triggering a fight or flight response. Number 2, take pauses. If the conversation becomes too intense, don't hesitate to take a short break. Politely say, I need a moment to gather my thoughts. Can we take a short break and come back to this? This allows both parties to cool down and approach the discussion with a clearer mind. Number 3, use grounding techniques. Focus on your senses to stay present. For example, notice the feeling of your feet on the ground or the texture of an object you are holding. This can help you stay grounded and prevent you from becoming overwhelmed by emotions. Number 4, keep your tone even. Pay attention to your tone of voice. Speak in a calm and even manner, avoiding raising your voice or using a harsh tone. This helps to keep the conversation respectful and reduces the likelihood of escalating conflict. Keep in mind your intention throughout the conversation, which is to find a solution and gain calmness and peace of mind. This focus helps you stay calm instead of succumbing to triggers. Number 5, acknowledge your feelings. Recognize your emotions without letting them control you. For example, if you are feeling angry, silently acknowledge to yourself, I am feeling angry right now. And then focus on calming down this anger before responding through deep breaths, for example. For more in-depth technique on staying calm, be sure to watch our video 5 instant techniques to stay calm anywhere. It's linked to the description below. Suppose you are discussing a sensitive topic with a family member and you start to feel your temper rising. Instead of letting your emotions take over, pause and take a few deep breaths. You might say, "I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed right now. Can we take a 5 minutes break and then continue?" During the break, use grounding techniques like focusing on the texture of your chair or the feeling of your breath. When you return to the conversation, speak in calm and even tone, saying something like, "I appreciate you waiting. Let's try to find a solution together." By staying calm and collected, you create a more conducive environment for a productive conversation. The fifth strategy is to stay solution-oriented during difficult conversations. This means focusing on finding common ground and working towards a resolution rather than getting stuck on the problem. Keeping your intentions clear and positive is crucial for maintaining a constructive dialogue. Why it's effective? Being solution-oriented helps to shift the focus from blame and negativity to collaboration and progress. It encourages both parties to work together to find a resolution which can improve relationships and foster mutual understanding. Clear intentions help keep the conversation on track and ensure that both parties are working towards the same goal. Here are 5 easy ways to start applying it. Number 1, clarify your intentions. Before the conversation, be clear about what you want to achieve. Are you looking to resolve a conflict, understand the other person's perspective, or express your own needs? Keeping your intentions in mind helps you stay focused on the goal. Number 2, ask open-ended questions. Encourage dialogue and exploration of solutions by asking open-ended questions. For example, what do you think we can do to improve this situation? This invites the other person to contribute ideas and fosters a collaborative spirit. Number 3, focus on the future. Rather than dwelling on past mistakes, shift the conversation towards future actions and improvements. For instance, how can we ensure this doesn't happen again? This helps to move the discussion forward. Number 4, be flexible and open-minded. Be willing to consider different solutions and compromises. Flexibility shows that you are committed to finding a resolution that works for both parties. Number 5, summarize and agree on next steps. At the end of the conversation, summarize what has been discussed and agreed upon. This ensures that both parties are on the same page and know what steps to take next. Imagine you are discussing project deadlines with a colleague who frequently misses them. Instead of focusing on past delays, you could say, "I understand that we've had issues with deadlines in the past. Moving forward, what can we do to ensure we meet our timelines?" This approach shifts the focus to finding solutions and improving future performance. You might then brainstorm together and agree on specific steps, such as regular progress check-ins or setting more realistic deadlines. Intentions are crucial because they guide the direction of the conversation. If your intention is to find a solution and maintain a positive relationship, you are more likely to approach the conversation with empathy and openness. Clear intentions help to avoid misunderstandings and keep both parties aligned towards a common goal. These 5 powerful strategies will help you communicate effectively in difficult situations, preparing mentally and emotionally, practicing active listening, using I statements, staying calm and collected, and staying solution-oriented. Remember, authenticity and transparency are key. What might help in this process, in my opinion, are 2 things. First, to treat others the way we want to be treated. Second, to focus on doing the right things instead of being right. Mark Twain says, "You are never wrong for doing the right thing." And by building understanding and connection, you can create meaningful and constructive dialogues. Start practicing these strategies in your daily interactions and be kind to yourself if things don't go perfectly. And for more tips, check out our relationship tips playlist and our 3 videos, Emotional Triggers in Relationships to Identify and Manage Them, 3 must-try techniques to stop anxiety in minutes, and 5 instant techniques to stay calm anywhere in any situation. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it valuable. Share it with someone who might benefit and let me know in the comments which strategies you use or if you have any questions. Thank you for joining me today on Case Calm Kit. Subscribe for more insights on finding calm and clarity in your life. See you in the next video. Much love.